The NFL provided fans with a fantastic Week 3, especially around 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time when we learned that the league hit their quota of Lions games that ended with them getting the short end of the stick, and that a 61-yard field goal isn't too long for a rookie. Sunday started out with us learning that Edgar Allan Poe was talking about the Ravens' offense when he said nevermore. We've also learned that Tyrod Taylor being too slow cost the Broncos the game and that, if you offer to help someone up, you really need to do it. Not a good week for me personally, but I'll bounce back. Record 751-23 last week. Note all times are Eastern Time and all games are Sunday, October 1st unless otherwise noted. Tennessee Titans 21 at Houston Texans 12, 1 p.m. The Texans are coming off a tough loss at New England last time out and are starting a three-game homestand against division rival Tennessee. Deshaun Watson is getting better and better as an NFL quarterback, and that makes the team's run game even more dangerous. Defensively, Houston has been stout for the most part outside of Tom Brady's big game last week. Tennessee has won in a row after losing to Oakland in Week 1. Marcus Mariota just hasn't put it all together since his late flourish last year. Last year, the home team won each game. The Titans have failed to cover in 18 of their last 26 in conference and 11 of their last 14 against teams with a losing record. Selection Texans 2 Cincinnati Bengals 0-3 at Cleveland Browns 0-3, 1 p.m. A pair of winless teams in the AFC North play in Cleveland. The Browns were road favorites last time out, but fell short by 3 points in Indianapolis. Still, Deshaun Kaiser played pretty well in that game and is starting to show some improvement. If Cleveland can cut down on the turnovers 8 in the last 2 games, then I think the Browns will play better. Defensively, they've held 2 teams under 100 rushing yards and all 3 opponents to under 300 passing yards. Cincinnati lost a tough one in overtime to Aaron Rodgers last time out. The Bengals' offense has been anemic for the most part, which caused the firing of their offensive coordinator. Marvin Lewis also spent part of the week cracking jokes about Jake Elliott, who has more FGs than he has wins. Cincy has not impressed me at all this year. Selection Browns 3 New York Giants 0-3 at Tampa Bay Buccaneers 11, 4:05 p.m. The Giants fell short once again in their quest for their first win of the season. Now they hit the road to play the Bucs, who were undressed in Minnesota. New York found some offense in the form of a healthy Odell Beckham Jr. They still can't run it and won't expect to do so against the Tampa front seven. New York's defense continues to be stout and should be able to clamp down on the Buccaneers' attack. Jameis Winston has been inconsistent in 2 games so far. Has still working on getting chemistry with some of his weapons. The loss of linebacker Lavonte David isn't good for the home team. Still, I think this one is an under. Selection under 44.5 Oakland Raiders 21 at Denver Broncos 21, 4:25 p.m. I think Vegas continues to underrate the Broncos for some reason, as I thought this line should have been a little higher. They were home underdogs to the Cowboys back in Week 2 and won that one easily. Yes, Denver lost last week, but it was a tough situation, and this team should bounce back nicely here. Oakland's offensive line was exposed by a very mediocre Washington front line last week, and Denver's is a lot better. The Broncos' secondary also is better than the Skins, so that could mean more trouble for Derek Carr. He had just 96 passing yards in the loss to the Redskins. Denver's offense has shown it can run it and pass it as well with Trevor Siemian under center. Last year, the Broncos won this game 246 at home. We could see a similar score in this one. Oakland's defense doesn't scare me, and I'll continue to look to fade this team when I can. Selection Denver 3 notes, the London game is fascinating once again, and there are so many situations to consider. You've got a Dolphins team that is getting used to playing these games, which is important. You see how the Jaguars handle it and know what to expect. Miami also is traveling to its 3rd different place to start out the season. The Dolphins have not had a single home game yet. New Orleans' defense is ripe for the picking, but can you trust a road-weary team to take advantage? Jay Cutler isn't exactly coming off a good game either. Written by Matt Josephs, who is a part of the Athlon Sports Contributor Network. Josephs prefers non-Power 5 college football, and may be the only one wagering on the Sun Belt. Follow him on Twitter @MidMajorMatt.